Hi there, Alex here, and on today's video we are gonna do some amazing stuff. But before we do that, let's do something you should do before you start changing any code. Be sure you are in green. So let's run the test, and yes, we are in green, that's good. So now we can start changing code, and if something is in red, we know it is because we changed something and not because the tests were broken before we started. Keep this in mind. It seems obvious, but yeah, it can save you a lot of time. So let's start. I was checking the test we have, and we have here some gists, okay, some more, whatever. And then we are testing, we are getting a gist collection here, and it contains 3, which is the number of gists we have here in this JSON. It's good. We are also checking what happened when we send a username which doesn't exist. But one thing which came to my mind is like, how do I know that this URL is in this collection? So let me give you an example. So if I come here, I remove this, I remove all these, and I remove all these. So now we have some JSON which doesn't look like a gist at all. But let's see what happens if we run the test. Whoa, it is still in green. So as you can see, there's something here which is wrong. We are testing things, but we aren't actually testing that we are using the things we are getting from the response. So let's be sure we cover this with a test. Let's revert everything. Okay, everything is like it was before, and we'll move into a new test. We are just interested on the URL so far. So let's say this, for example, public function test, we get the URLs of the gist retrieved. Good. So let's do some tests for this. Let's say we have all these. It's good. And we are gonna get a response which is gonna look like that. I will go there in a moment. We pass that, and what we want to do here, we want to have some URL. So let's say we have URL 01, okay, and the content could be URL 01. Good. If we copy this, then we have another URL on another variable, and we want to do something like this. Let me show you how the assertion will look like, and then we'll move into changing the code to make that happen. So assert instance of, and I would like to have something which could be a gist, because right now all we have is an arrays, but I would like to have something with property which is gist, which is the what we are parsing. So we are passing here a gist, we are passing here another gist, and here another gist. So it makes sense that I have some gist when I get the first one, okay, and also when I get the second one. But also we are gonna say that assert equals the URL of the first gist should be equals to this URL. So we are gonna get a first gist and a second, and we are gonna verify that the URL of the first gist, actually first, match this URL. So let me copy this and also do the same for the second gist. Good. And this is gonna be second. Good. So now we need to make all the changes here. So we get this gist service where we pass the existing username and the client. Good. And then we get the collection, which is a gist collection. So if we do in that collection first equals to collection 0, and then we do the same for the second one. Okay, so that case, it means like we get the collection, then we say give me the first one and give me the second one, and we save them there, and then we have this here. I'm missing here a semicolon. Good. And I'm missing a semicolon here as well. Okay, good. So all I'm missing right now is this, which let's copy all this. Okay, let's copy everything, and then I will remove what isn't needed. Okay, good. So we have all this, but actually all we need here is the URL. So let's be sure we remove everything else. Okay, out. And we also need another one. We only need 2. Oh, good. And then we can remove the rest. We don't need it. Good. I don't need that one. So let's see how this looks like. Good. Good. I don't need this comma anymore. Let me format this. I don't need the comma. Okay, good. So one thing we need to change this to be our URL. Okay, so let's do this for now. The same here. So let's put some wildcards there, and then this can look easier. We don't need this anymore. Good, good. And that's the response. So we have 1 and 2, and we are gonna be interested on the URL. So let's do one thing. Let's move this here, and now we can say that we can pass here. We can use the wildcards and say the first one is gonna be URL 01, and the second one is gonna be the URL 02. Okay, so not sure how much familiar you are with this function, but what it does, you need to specify a string where you can specify some wildcards. In this case, I'm saying like s, which means a string, and then I'm passing 2 of them. So all the parameters which goes after that string means that this will convert to this one, the second one will convert to the second one. If we have another one here, it will convert to another one. Could do this. Okay, that's how it works. So let me revert that. Good. So now let's review the test. We have all these, then we're passing this gist response there. We can even change this to be okay. Inline this 16 user. It doesn't matter right now what the user is. For this test, we don't care about the username. So let's put it there with something which makes sense, so the next developer doesn't get crazy with this. And let's run the test and see where we are. Okay, we've done a lot of changes, and of course it's failing. Okay, it's failing because assert instance must be a class or interface. Okay, let's review what's happened here. We remember probably this error from the previous videos. So because this class is not imported, then this is not matching what the instance of is expecting. So we need to create that class first. So new file. Okay, within source DTOs. That's what we call gist PHP. Good. So space up DTOs class gist, and that's it. So let's run the test and see if we move. Okay, and we don't move because we didn't import it. Good. So let's be sure we import the class. Let's copy this and change this. Good. Okay, and now we are moving. Okay, failing asserting that std class object is an instance of a class gist. Good. So let's identify what's happening. So we are calling to get all, and it's giving me something, and it's saying that this is not a gist, it is a std class. Okay, it's good. So we haven't changed anything on the gist service, so that's the reason. So let's go to the gist service and see what we can do there. So gist service, let's analyze what's happening here. So we get the response, and then we get the JSON decode. So let's make sure that this class gets an array and construct itself with gist objects, the new class we've created. So let's go to it. Okay, let's go to the constructor function, construct, good. Oop. And we are gonna get an array, as we said. So an array with all the gist array, good. And what we can do for each gist array as gist array, good, because it's still an array. And we're gonna say like this add, and we can say new gist, and we can pass. Let's do that for now. Okay, let's see where we go to. Okay, and it's failing, saying that we don't have add. Yep, it's true, we have append. Good. It's good that the test tell us where we are wrong. So now it's saying like we are returning a gist, good. So we change the error, but that gist doesn't have a URL. So let's see what happens. So if we go to gist, okay, yeah, it doesn't have the get URL method. Public get URL. It's gonna return a string. Good. Let's return this for now. So okay, so there's a error here. Function. Good. Okay, so now we are failing only on the third one, and it's saying that it's expecting this, but it's getting this. So that's bad. Okay, so let's analyze what's happening. So we are passing here the decoded in the gist service to the gist collection, and we are going through that array of gist, and we are not passing anything. So ideally we should pass here the URL, which it should look something like URL. Okay, so this, okay, let me show you this. So this one looks like this one and this one, but converted to an array. So let's go to here and say, okay, we are gonna get a gist, and we're gonna pass in the constructor a URL. So when we do get URL, it should know how to get that URL. Good. So let's run the test, and it's still failing. Good. That's now because we are passing the URL, but we are not doing anything on gist. So now we need to say public function construct. Okay, and we need to say that we are gonna get a URL. Good. I'm gonna say this URL is equals to URL. Good. And we are gonna create the attribute private. Good. And then here we need to say return URL. Good. Let's see how it looks, and bam, we are all in green. So let's analyze everything we've done, because we've done a lot. So we created this test where we are passing this, which is like a subset of a gist, but so far we are only interested in the URL, so everything else doesn't make sense. We get these two URLs here, good. Then we get the response, we get with an existing user using the client, we get all, we get the first, the second gist, which are gist now, good. And we say that the URL should be that one there, which is good. So if we just, let's be sure we are actually testing something. If we invert the order, this should fail. And yes, it does, because we are now expecting the URL 1 where we should get the URL 2. So it's good. The tests are working. So before we finish, let me show you something which is bugging me a little bit. Right now we are in green, so we have the opportunity to refactor. But let me show you. So if we go to the gist collection, this gist collection is a DTO, but here we are doing some logic. So we are getting an array, and then from that array we are constructing the DTO. So this DTO now has the responsibility of knowing properties of this array, which is going to be an std class, which is a URL. and that's bad. So here we are breaking the single responsibility principle. So let's make sure that in the next episode we remove this and we make this DTO to be responsible for only one thing. Have a think and let's see if we both thinking the same. I hope you like this video. If you do, please leave me a comment. If you don't, please leave me a comment as well. Thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and see you on the next one.